Hello and welcome to another AIC video. So it's been hard for me to find new systems to do reviews on. I'm guessing because of the chip shortage, anything new, they haven't updated very much at all, if at all. So we're still seeing the same Intel Pentium N 4020s, 4000s, 4120s, and I've done reviews on all of those chips up to this point. This is the first laptop that I've seen with something new in it. I have previously done the AMD 3050U and the 3020E and the 3050E. This has the 3015E processor in it, and this is a Lenovo 14W Gen 2. Now I did the Gen 1 a little while ago when it came out. It's been a couple years now, honestly. And it was a pretty decent computer, a lot I liked about it, so I was interested definitely in doing this one. Like I said, it has the AMD, it's not a Athlon or a Silver, it's just the AMD 3015E processor. It's a 6-watt processor, I believe. And so it is passively cooled. It is on the bottom of the motherboard here. It does have 4 gigs of RAM that are soldered, unfortunately, and a 32 gig 64 gig eMMC storage. But what I do with all these, I haven't even powered this on yet, is I always open them up and take a look and see what the possibilities are in the system. First and foremost, the wireless is at least removable as far as, being whitelisted or anything. I don't know anything about that on this board yet. But you can possibly upgrade it since it is removable and not soldered like it is on some systems. But the big thing I noticed is right here on the back of the board, this is labeled M.2 SSD. So it looks like it's a 2242 size drive. And so I did go ahead and order one because I don't actually have one on hand. But we do have a slot here where we can possibly upgrade the storage right out of the box. Another thing I'd mention is the screws. You see them in here. They're captive. They're not going anywhere. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. That is a great feature if you plan on opening a system to have the captive screws, especially on an inexpensive system. I paid $199 for this plus tax. So very inexpensive system, which is really hard to find right now. Even laptops I was spending $150 on 2 years ago are selling new now for $250. Everything's just gotten so much more expensive. Now these are for education. They're education laptops. That's what they are meant for. So I don't know if these are overstocks or over orders or something. But here's the back side of the motherboard. This is where the CPU is. The RAM is going to be soldered here somewhere. Obviously not upgradable, unfortunately. But that's what we have for the cooling package. It has a nice big heat pipe with this copper plate. Typically with these, they just typically have the copper plate on there to dissipate heat. So I like to see this big heat pipe on here. Hopefully it will keep the laptop a little bit cooler. Let me put that back together off camera. The other thing is, this is the speakers. So they are upward facing and not downward facing like a lot of these budget systems. That's really nice. Gives you, I haven't heard these speakers yet, but typically that means that you can run the speakers at a more normal volume and they sound louder without being closer to that maxed out volume. We'll see if that is the case with these here. Obviously no cooling system because it is passively cooled. We have this really nice big battery. It is 4950 milliamp hours, or just shy of 5,000 amp hours, 57 watt hours. So a fairly beefy battery. On this laptop, you see it takes up almost the full width of the system. So big battery. So this should have a long battery life on this system. So I'm going to put it back together and we'll do our normal testing with this. If you see this video and you want to know more about it, want to see me test anything specific, definitely let me know. Like I said, I do have a SSD coming on the way, so I should be able to play some bigger games. That's usually my biggest limit with testing these, is with the 64 gigs of storage. formatted, you really only get about 59 gigs, and then you throw Windows on there, which takes over 20 gigs, especially after some updates or whatever, almost 30 gigs. It really doesn't give you much space to test a lot of games because their install files are bigger than the available space on the system. So that becomes a bit of an issue. So definitely looking forward to putting a larger SSD in here to actually do some proper testing. The other thing is the eMMC storage. It's basically just flash storage, and so it has a ton of performance limitations. It is very painfully slow. It's basically like you're running off an SD card. It's about that fast. So it is slightly faster than a spinning hard drive, but not much, really not much. So anyways, we'll definitely be doing a full review of this, but like I said, just want to open it up, show the hardware, show any possible upgrades that might be coming along in the system. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.